As the old saying goes, if there's money to be made, then people will totally rip off your work, be fraudulent, and sell it on eBay and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got some interesting news coming out of the Twitterverse, as well as Facebook, as well as Instagram. Ryan Ottley, Peach Momoko, and Tyler Kirkham all talking about fake sketch art being sold under their name. This is a crazy story, and I guess, actually maybe it's not that crazy. It's like, of course this is going to happen. Of course there's going to be people in comic books that are going to take advantage of people that are passionate about sketch covers and sketch art and try to pawn it off as an original. But it looks like with the heat of Battle Beast and everything going on, people are really trying to cash in on this Ryan Ottley Battle Beast artwork. In this video, we're going to talk about it. But of course, before I get into it, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I would appreciate it. Helps support the channel doing those things. But check this out, guys. Coming out of Ryan Ottley's Twitter, he posted this: fraud alert. Please, when you buy sketches off of eBay, do a quick Google search and compare the sketch to the original. Scams are happening. Please look at the difference below in signature and art style. We reported this fraud and hope he gets caught soon, but the best way to stop them is to be knowledgeable on noticing the differences between legit and fake. I've had some buyers even contact me right here on X to see if what they are buying is legit. Feel free to do that before purchasing if you're unsure. Here's a link to the eBay frauds. Apparently the link doesn't work anymore, so it looks like maybe it got taken down. But check this out. I mean, Ryan Ottley's work right here compared to some of the ripoffs. I mean, this is pretty wild that people are doing this thing. I mean, I guess it makes a lot of sense, right? People are trying to capitalize on the hype of Battle Beast right here. But I mean, can you imagine buying a sketch cover like this and thinking that you're getting an actual original, but actually you're getting ripped off here, a fake? I mean, who would do this? I'll tell you who. Somebody that wants to make $2,000 selling comic books. I mean, can you really be that surprised, right? You go over to eBay, you look at what the Battle Beast Invincible Ryan Ottley stuff is selling for. I mean, here's one in a 9.8 selling for $3,000. Here's another one for $2,000. Here's another one that recently sold for $1,600. And, this is kind of the sad thing that comes with, the very fun blind bag situation where maybe people were thinking, oh, cool, like I'm going to be able to buy the Battle Beast blind bag sketch cover, but they're getting a fake instead. So, be careful out there. If you guys are somebody that is interested in picking up this stuff, I think it's really cool that he actually said, if you have something, hop over to his X account and message him. Like, don't be shy. And of course, fraudulent art is something that goes hand in hand with the hobby. So, I think in this comic book world, we got to be even more careful these days. I mean, this is something that's happening on Whatnot to other artists as well. With Tyler Kirkham, he made this post just yesterday. I mean, it's interesting how it's all coming out right now. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with, a lot of the hype of Invincible, because it seems like a lot of the books that people are trying to, pawn off these fake remarks and fake sketches on are the Invincible universe books because they're so hot. But check this out from Tyler Kirkham here. Warning, seconding what Ryan Ottley said, be careful purchasing signed or remarked things online. People are forging signatures and doing their own sketches and remarks and selling them as other artists. Me, Otley, Jim Lee, to name a few. We don't want you guys getting screwed, thinking you are purchasing something that's not the legitimate deal. Hit me up if you ever want me to confirm something. And here you see Tyler Kirkham, sharing the Ryan Ottley post. But I also think that these pictures that he's sharing right here are also maybe fake sketches being pawned off as his work. Here's an Invincible deluxe action figure that's like a Whatnot version that has a remark on it that I guess he's implying that he didn't do. Here's an X-Men Wolverine. Here's another one right here with Invincible on it and his signature, which I guess he's saying is not his signature. I wonder if you sent this stuff into like JSA or some of these other companies, like, would they actually be able to verify it? Because how do you really verify a sketch cover? I mean, they can look at the signature, right? And they can sort of say like, hey, maybe the signature is not a perfect match to his original one. But like, let's say that they can pass the signature. Like, how would they really be able to, kind of confirm that the art is okay? Because if you go over to like, the eBay and you go to like the sketch covers, sometimes people get these, the blank sketch covers and do the whole thing with it. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like here's one of the ones that came out of the Battle Beast packs. It's a complete blank sketch cover. And this is one that you would bring to your favorite artist and they would do something for you, at a con or whatever. And can the grading companies really verify that that's the real sketch that they did? Because how would they know, what level of fidelity it should or shouldn't be? Because some of the times people do the sketches and they have to do a quick one, or sometimes they spend, all day working on it. So kind of interesting to think about that. But a lot of eBay accounts, a lot of whatnot sellers selling this stuff. And, maybe we can give them an olive branch, the sellers that are actually moving this product, because maybe they bought it from somebody else secondhand thinking that it's original. And maybe they're not necessarily guilty of the ones kind of trying to duplicate this artwork. But you got to be really careful out there. Peach Momoko as well, that she said, I hate to post something like this, but it is important. Fraud alert. Scams of Signature and Remarques and other artists are happening. Please research before buying from a stranger. I never imitate a cover or sketch, and then turn them into a remark. We've reported this fraud and hope the seller gets caught. And you can see how many real versus fake things are getting created out there. These two on the left right here are real that Peach Momoko actually did. And then here's some kind of knockoff ones that are imitating her artwork that are being pawned off as, originals. I guess here's another one that was maybe done by her. Here's one that's a fake one being sold by this account right here, the Hobby Heaven. I tried to look up and see if these things are still listed. It looks like they've been taken down, which is actually really good to hear. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to create a new account or, sell them in another place. So you really got to be careful with a lot of this sketch artwork stuff going on. And, this is something that we haven't really talked about too much, like the entire ecosystem of sketch work and comic art on sketch covers. How much money is being made in the secondary market here? It's kind of insane. That people are going to the cons and printing money. They'll go up to their favorite artists. They'll pretend to be the biggest fan and that this is, something special for them. They get their artists, to do a sketch cover, and then they immediately put it in a CGC sign case and sell it on eBay. That's kind of how the game works. And, people are definitely printing money with it. And it makes sense that unscrupulous sellers are going to do unscrupulous things. And again, just to emphasize the point, I'm not saying that this is a fake sale, but $6,000. Progeny is really, really important when it comes to, who made the art? Can we verify that it's real? Especially if you're getting it second and third hand. I think that is something that is so important. And so I highly implore you guys to take advantage of the comic artists or artists who are willing to verify that it's their real artwork, because there's a lot of money being thrown around. Having it in a CGC case maybe helps, with a little bit of the witness right here. We can assume that, the CGC witnessed these signatures, if they say that they did that, or maybe if JSA can verify, that gives you some level of protection. But, unless the artist says that, yes, Bill Sienkiewicz is I 100% drew this thing. You got to be a little bit careful. And this is why we can't have nice things. This is just the world we're in. People are going to try to make money. Thousands and thousands of dollars here for all these sketches that are being thrown around. Did Kevin Eastman really draw this? I'm sure he did. I'm not saying that he didn't, but and maybe it's that thing, shout out to Neo Cards and Comics. We always have that saying of, do you really want to know? Do you really want to know that the thing that you spent thousands of dollars on is a fake? I know you guys are thinking, yes, I absolutely want to know, but maybe you don't. But I think it's important that you find out. You go out there and you ask around and you make sure that what you're getting is what you're getting, especially when the grand prizes from a lot of these whatnot packs and these Battle Beast blind bags are in fact these, 1 in 2,000 Ryan Ottley sketch covers. I don't actually know if they have it publicly out there, what the grand prizes actually look like. I know that spoilers were a big thing, but maybe this is something that the companies have to do. Maybe they're going to have to say yeah, these are the sketch covers here. And by the way, here's the actual pictures of the sketch covers. See, just like this person asked Ryan Ottley, which is the original? And it looks like 3 sellers currently have, this Battle Beast sketch cover, the 1 in 2,000s, all listed around the $2,000 price point. And then Ryan Ottley actually responded to it and said, all original. I did those for the 1 in 2,000s. Are they too pricey? Abso-effing-lutely. I charge much less at cons for a head sketch. That's a little bit different because obviously people like chasing hype. These are more the grand prize. I'm not justifying the prices, but a lot of times Ryan Ottley probably is going to charge less than what the comic arts are going for. But, secondary market sales are secondary market sales. That's kind of what they are. But, we're in this place now where he has to verify that he did 3 of these things. So I don't know. Pretty interesting. Quick little video there, guys. I mean, just giving you guys a little bit of a warning. A lot of fake sketches, fake comic art and remarks going around right now. If you're somebody that is in this market, interested in buying this stuff, be careful. Do your due diligence. Reach out to some of these artists. And let me know what you guys think about all of this. Anyways, that's all for this one. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys have a great week. Thanks so much for watching. See you all in the next video.